Okay, I've got a question for all of you hunters out there, because I'm not a hunter. I just never, I don't know. I never had the opportunity, really. Didn't grow up with that, but I have nothing against you hunters. And I need your help. So this is a brand new model from Benchmade. This is the Taggedout 15535. This was loaned in from Wildabout Sporting Goods. Quick promo for him. Save 10%. Link down below. This is the hunter's version of the bug out at a higher price and a different steel and a little bit different shape, but it's basically a bug out without a thumb stud and a slightly different blade shape. So my question to you hunters is, and it's got some junk on the blade. I am so sorry. I thought I wiped that off, but easily remedied with my little hank I got here with microfiber on the back. So my question to you is this kind of clip point better for hunting and whatnot than the bug out? And I don't have a bug out here to show you, but I will put up here in the corner a picture of the bug out so you can compare real quick. And then we'll zoom back in. Is this better for hunting? That I don't know. But that's really the only difference that I can tell. That's the noticeable difference. That's the bigger difference between the bug out and the Taggedout. You're also missing a thumb stud in favor of a weirdly positioned thumb hole. And we'll talk more about that. But maybe having a thumb stud here as you are cutting and processing meat, maybe the thumb stud got in the way, and so they removed the thumb stud. That could be. You've got your typical FRN style scales that are very bug out-ish, slightly different shape. Reversible pocket clip. It is a deep carry pocket clip. I wish they would use countersunk hardware, but hey, I won't jump on that soapbox this time. This is CPM 154. The bug outs were S30V, and they did some in S90, if I recall. This is a first production run, so they put that on the blade. If you're into that sort of thing, okay? The action on this is pretty amazing for being right out of the box brand new. Opening it is odd to me. The thumb hole is up so high that you can't really get your hand in here to finger flick it, because when you're in this position, you're right up against that access lock and it doesn't really fly out. The pressure that you're putting on the access lock is preventing it from opening or opening easily. Okay, so that's a problem. And then with your thumb, it's kind of at an awkward spot also. It's just not a lot to get your thumb into. So I can't really fire it out with authority. So once you get it open, and my suggestion is really just to access lock it open, if that's a term, because that works really great. Super fidgety, that's part of the allure and the appreciation of the bug out. It's very slim in the hand, but it feels comfortable. Has nice jimping up on the top. You can choke up, but you're going to be right up against that sharpening joil. So probably not the best idea. But it feels good in the hand, and I feel as though I could do a lot of work with this for a prolonged period of time. The blade is super solid. It's a very thin blade, very thin behind the edge. So this is going to be super slicey. and fidgety. I do appreciate the orange anodized backspacers, even though they're not really the same matching color. There is a lot of milling. I don't think it's really milling inside. It's more of the way that this piece was molded for weight savings. There's a lanyard tube or lanyard holes. So all in all, it's nice, but I don't understand the need when we've got the bug out. So please give me your comments down below. So we'll go through the specs, and I'll put a link to my Benchmade playlist up in the corner. Like I said, I don't have a bug out right here to compare it to. 4 5/8 closed, 8 1/8 overall, 3.5-inch blade. The website says 3.5. I measure from the edge of the scale to the tip. It is 0.015 to 0.013 behind the edge. As I got back here farther, it was more like 0.013. Up here towards the front, it was 0.015. Okay? And some of that can be like you're measuring a very small dimension. It's really hard to place the calipers sometimes, so there could be some variance there. Blade thickness is only 0.088, so this is going to be a very good cutter, slicer, food prep knife. CPM 154. It weighs in at 2.1 ounces, which is slightly heavier than the bug out, but it has about 1/4 of an inch longer blade. So it is slightly bigger overall, but it is slightly heavier. 2.1 ounces versus 1.6, I think. 1.8? I don't remember. I did look right before the video. And the overall thickness is 0.462. But this is the hunter version of the bug out. That's what they call it on the website. Where every ounce counts, but the bug out is lighter. So I'm confused. The price on this on their website is $190. You may find it cheaper on Wild About Sporting Goods, and you get 10% off. Whereas the bug out in this similar configuration is like $160. So it's a higher cost. It's a little heavier. You're missing a thumb stud, so it's harder to open, in my opinion. But it is slightly longer blade. So I don't know. I'm not a hunter. I'm not an outdoors guy. You guys tell me your thoughts down below on if this was something that was needed or not. At least with Benchmade, with this particular Benchmade, it is not just a rehash of another model that they've put a, -3 or -4 or -5 behind. So it is something new, but it's not very exciting, to me anyway. So you guys tell me what you think in the comments down below. This is the Kubi. Previously was the Spyderco Delica. I think you guys know which ones I typically use. If I pull out something different, like this Frank Fisher Battle, I can certainly tell you. And this is a totally different animal. But let me know your thoughts, and please go check out the Benchmade playlist.